PlanetSide 2 is a free-to-play, massively multiplayer online FPS game that was released on November 20th, 2012 by DayBreak Games, set in a futuristic sci-fi universe and contains gameplay similar to that of the Battlefield franchise. 3 factions, the Terran Republic, New Conglomerate, and Vanu Sovereignty, fight over a moon known as Araxis and its continents Indar, Esamir, Amarish, Hassan, and Oshir. With this game being almost 12 years old, I decided it would be interesting to take a look at the current state of the game in terms of player count and development, as well as taking a look at how the game has stood against the test of time. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So as far as the player count goes, we will only be talking about the population on the PC platform because PlanetSide 2 is not on the PlayStation 5 and is, to my knowledge, no longer receiving any more updates for the PS4 version of the game. According to SteamDB, PlanetSide 2 only has an average peak of around 1,200 players, but that doesn't take into consideration any players who are using the official PlanetSide 2 launcher, which is not tracked on Steam. And according to ActivePlayer.io, PlanetSide 2's average daily player count on PC has been hovering around 16,900 players pretty consistently after hitting the game's highest population since 2020 at 51,807 active players in November during the 11-year anniversary event. Since the beginning of the year, the game hasn't changed too much, but they've been consistently putting out updates since. The first major updates came in January. The changes in January brought adjustments to the repair system for the Sunder, changes made to expand the Sunder's roles, and defensive upgrades to increase the survivability of the Sunder. One big thing they talked about in January was cheating. They addressed the cheating issue in the game at the time, but didn't want to reveal any sort of potential workarounds or vulnerabilities, but it is something that they seem to acknowledge the importance of looking into. In February, they just talked about new helmet designs they were adding to the game for the Lunar New Year, but other than that, there weren't any other true updates to the game itself, and they just sort of talked about their design philosophy and showed their process of making new cosmetics for the game, which was pretty interesting. In March, they talked about the public test server a little bit, and things like updates being made to the friends list, which supposedly had a lot of bugs and other issues, but they also talked about a new cert tree for the Sunder that was meant to be tested on that server. They also brought up a new facility type known as the Assault Facility. Assault facilities come under attack when another faction captures the first capture point, which unlocks a series of other capture points for the attackers. The faction defending has to deplete the energy pool of the attackers in order to successfully defend the facility. Things that deplete the energy pool are things like respawning at a hard spawn, spawning at a Sunder, spawning from a squad beacon, or spawning via Steel Rain. The initial release of these assault facilities was meant to be a simplified version with 3 capture points and no secondary objectives. Now, last month in April, a game developer known as Toadman Interactive was set to take over development for PlanetSide 2. Their focus is on improving the game experience, and they had done work on PlanetSide 2 before by helping with enhancing the visuals and maintaining support for modern hardware. And in their statement, they said, "Dear Araxians, we're excited to announce that our team at Toadman Interactive is taking over development duties for PlanetSide 2. Our colleagues at Rogue Planet Games have created a unique gaming experience that has thrived for over a decade. We have assembled a team of developers who have many years of experience working on massively multiplayer online games and first-person shooters. Although we are not the purchaser of the franchise, the team is delighted to carry the PlanetSide 2 torch forward. Our vision for PlanetSide 2 is to highlight unique aspects that have given it such a storied place in gaming history while improving the general game experience." In this announcement, they also provided a roadmap for 2024, outlining plans for each quarter, including bug fixes, new content, and thematic updates. It kind of seems like a lot of those updates in previous months never fully made it into the game. In the second quarter, from April to June, they just planned a PlanetSide Legacy anniversary to celebrate the franchise's 21 years of activity. They also planned a few holiday events for April Fools, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, and Father's Day. From July to September, they plan to bring a full Sunder rework, the new Assault Facility, and new Assault game mode, summer directive events, and then an Independence Day and Labor Day event. From October to December, they planned on bringing the 12th anniversary update, which is supposed to bring a new vehicle, new armor sets, helmets, weapons, and a few other things, and a Halloween event and a Christmas event. So like I said before, it just kind of seems like a lot of updates were pushed back before Toadman Interactive stepped in. This game is very old, and it's kind of expected that updates aren't going to be very large or frequent for that matter, but it's still nice to see that the game has a relatively dedicated community behind it. As far as the graphics and performance goes, this game is still a pretty good looking game for being almost 12 years old, and it performs just about how you'd expect running on just about any hardware. I've played this game on and off for years now, and I hope that Toadman Interactive can really do something with this game moving forward and help to keep the game alive or even grow the population of the game. The fact that they're still trying to update the game shows at least some effort to improve the game and make it a good experience for anyone who has been playing the game for years or is deciding to try it out for the first time. I really enjoyed making this quick little video because it brought some nostalgia and it was fun to just play the game again. If you haven't played the game, I would highly suggest even just giving it a shot because not only is it free, but it also has a lot of fun mechanics and features, And it's also just pretty cool to be a part of and win those long battles with hundreds of other people fighting over the same thing. If you want any other videos like this for another game, just let me know in the comment section down below. As always, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and I'll see you in the next one.